Welcome to another episode of Trending Niches, and currently, you probably know it if you've checked research tools recently, July the 4th is the dominating niche. Like literally, most of the bestsellers have American flags plastered across them. So in this episode, because that trend is sort of dying off within the next few days, I try my best to find niches or trends for you that are seeing a spike in sales right now that are not related to July the 4th, or that might be doing really well in sort of 1 or 2 weeks down the line. And I also found some very small sort of micro trends on Redbubble that I'm going to discuss later on in the video. One niche that I've gotten quite a few questions about recently is the Loves Jesus and America 2 phrase. This has been doing really well over the past few weeks, and it appears to be fine because there's no trademarks found within this phrase. But if we do a quick Google search, which I always recommend if you're uploading a new phrase to Amazon, then the first thing that we can quickly see is that this is part of a song or song lyrics. Right here, there's a perfect match: Loves Jesus and America 2. And this song is quite popular. It's got like millions, hundreds of millions of views. So that is enough to deter me, especially on Amazon, who are really strict on this sort of stuff. Even if you've uploaded to this niche and you've gotten through, your design got through the review process, I would still personally take the designs down just in case there's sort of a mass sweep and these all get taken down. I don't know why it's all of a sudden trending, but it's in my opinion not safe to sell something with song lyrics of such a famous song. So that's why I wanted to make you aware of this. Another trend that I noticed, which is probably not safe, is Cincinnati. And I mean specifically the city name plus baseball, because that is commonly known, on Amazon at least, to get you into big trouble and get your designs taken down. There's also quite a lot of these of Boston with baseball in there. And people who watch this channel, you've probably heard me say this 1,000 times, but I like to mention it again and again because it's an easy one to fall for, especially if you're new to print on demand. And there is obviously a lot of new people watching still who might not be aware that mixing city plus sport is usually dangerous. Amazon likes to remove these because it can be more directly linked to the actual, football team, baseball team, whatever sport it is that's doing well. These can often trend during some sort of championships or finals or whatever it is. Yeah, when you see these trending, then it might be tempting to upload designs related to this, but typically these get taken down after a while, or you might also get rejected instantly. Niche number 1 is a trend that's currently building, and it's going to do well within the next sort of 1 to 2 weeks. It's going to start getting a lot of sales, and that's Christmas in July. So definitely worth considering, because this often gets a lot of attention, a lot of sales. There's already a lot of low BSRs right here. And if we look at the second design amongst the top sellers right here, this one is very recently posted, June the 12th. And it's already got 200k BSR ranking, so there is still opportunity to sell new designs. And I also wanted to click into one of these. This one's been around for a bit longer with the flamingo. There do seem to be quite a lot of flamingos in these designs, by the way. So cross niching with various topics does seem to work well as well. Here we've got watermelon. So generally topics that have to do with summer and Christmas, mixing those two together is what's going to work well for this niche right here. So looking at the bestseller rank history right here on the detail page for this design, we can see that currently the BSR is dropping. The graph is going up, which means the BSR number is going lower and lower, and the sales are getting higher. And if we zoom out a little bit to include the last year, if we look at this, moving up to July right here, so we're in May into June, it's dropping into the 200k range. And then as July actually hits, throughout July, this design had sort of a 40k BSR consistently throughout most of the month. So what I'm basically trying to say is, what you can see right here is the very start of that trend, where we're at the end of June and it's slowly dropping sort of into the 200, 100k range. And then it gets to that flat line that does really well throughout the entire month of July. So we're just about ahead of this trend, and it's a good time to enter this, especially in the lower tiers if you want to try and pick up some sales. Don't, like my common advice is, don't just copy the bestseller, expect it to sell. try and be unique and stand out. You can also select different colors right here for the thumbnail, rather than what most people do is they use obviously black t-shirts. So to stand out in search results, you could also vary with the color scheme right here. I like this design as well. That is quite different. It's almost got a bit of a Halloween vibe with the graphics in the background and the fonts. It reminds me of some designs that did really well in Halloween. But look at the color scheme itself and the graphics. They are quite different to most of the other ones we see right here. Most of them are red and green, obviously to allude to Christmas, but these are not. These are, you know, a lot of blue, yellow, pink in there. So cool design, very interesting, and it works once again because it's ice cream, a summer topic, plus the Christmas hats, and definitely a very nice design style. So check out this niche, definitely a lot of potential here, and yeah, I hope you can get some sales. Next up, we've got a very interesting phrase. It says IP and pools, and there's quite a few designs that popped up right here amongst the best sellers, and even some recently posted ones. So this one is from March 2023 right here on the tank top, which is actually the lowest BSR in the niche, which is surprising. Usually you would expect, you know, normal t-shirts, but I can imagine if people wear this at the pool, they're more likely to actually be wearing a tank top, I suppose. So that's definitely worth considering, uploading tank tops to this niche in case you don't enable those usually. And this design as well right here, posted June 7th, so only a few weeks ago, and it's doing pretty decently. And yeah, so the designs, obviously they have some sort of relation to summer, to pools, to swimming in most cases. Here we've got a vintage sunset design that looks more beach themed, but it still seems to work. There's not a ton of these that are getting really low BSRs, but if we look at the top end, there's definitely some that are getting a lot of daily sales. So there is interest right here, and I believe with the right design that looks really good and funny at the same time, you could definitely pick up some sales here for this interesting, unique summer trend. Niche number 3 is a very, very new trend that's literally just started to sell well, and that's LGBTQ, but used as an abbreviation for Let's Get Biden to Quit, which I thought was very interesting. As we can see right here, besides this design, which was posted in 2022, all of these are from literally like a couple of weeks ago. June 16th, we've got May 18th, right? So it's a little bit older, but most of these are all posted very, very recently over the past month or two. And that to me screams of a new trend that you're probably going to have an easier time getting sales with. However, and I do want to give you a warning about this, it is a political, controversial topic. It has to do with Biden as well. So on Amazon, those factors are always a bit of a sign for trouble and could get you rejections. I don't know for sure. I personally wouldn't feel confident posting this on Amazon, but on all other platforms, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. You probably get some easy sales. Like I could see this doing really well on TeePublic, for example, or on Etsy. I don't have a complete, absolute answer regarding whether you can sell this on Amazon itself, but I didn't want it to be overlooked because there's definitely a lot of potential here for sales. Moving on, we've got My Pronouns Are USA, and this is another trend that is extremely new and probably has a lot less search results than some of the bigger, more obvious trends out there. So this literally only just appeared in June this year. Looking at the dates, so the bestseller is from June the 6th and has only got 2 reviews with a 146k BSR, priced at $19.99 by the way, which is pretty good. And all of the other designs right here, 0 reviews, which gives you a massive advantage if you're entering with new designs, because a lot of customers with established niches, they will gravitate towards the designs, towards the t-shirts that have, you know, 10, 20, 100 or 1,000 reviews over a newly posted design. Even if it's cheaper, they might see, well, it's got 0 reviews, I don't really trust that, let's pay a couple more dollars and take the one with a lot of reviews. However, here you don't really have that. Like, yeah, one of these has 2 reviews, but that's not very convincing. Most people are going to look at the pool of designs and just choose one that's either cheapest or that they just like the best. Now, obviously, these ones with a lower BSR might rank higher than you in search results, most likely, but Amazon is quite good at giving new listings, newly posted listings, a chance and letting them appear up there every now and then. Definitely worth checking out. It's an interesting trend that, once again, I can see doing really well on other platforms as well. Niche number 5 is our first Redbubble trend, and that is how sweet is it to be taught? And it says by you as well on these designs, by the way. At the end, this phrase is currently trending on Redbubble, and it's obviously somewhat school related. I do actually quite like this text design. It looks very fun, very school centric as well, and it has some sort of very simple decorations here, but they definitely make it look a lot nicer than if you imagine this without the heart, without these swirls or the arrow. By the way, if you do want a tutorial on a more simple, fun looking text design like that, let me know, because whilst this looks quite artistic, there is some very easy ways to create these designs with the right fonts. So I would definitely be open to making a tutorial about that. Let me know in the comments. And besides that, some more text designs, quite a lot of them look decent, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure you can also put up a really nice looking one right here and be indexed on this search phrase as well. And another school teacher related niche or trend, here we've got future AG teacher with only 19 results. As I said, there's some very small niches or trends right here at the moment on Redbubble, and AG in this case stands for agriculture, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, most of these designs at the bottom do have to do with agriculture, and it's a bit more obvious. At the top it says just future AG teacher. I quite like these colors, these muted colors, quite feminine. If we think about agriculture, I would have thought to be targeting men more likely, but I suppose a lot of these designs are actually aimed at women. It even says proud female farmer right here. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but nevertheless, yeah, do take a look at this niche. That design looks quite good. I'll just move my face. That is a nice looking rainbow design, definitely very suitable for teachers of future ones. So check this one out. Interesting evergreen niche as well. If you look at AG teachers in general, whether they're future or retired or currently actually a teacher, I'm sure there's some sort of evergreen sub niches to that you can target as well. Next up here we've got Jesus on a dinosaur. How random, only 21 results and currently a trending phrase on Redbubble for some reason. And I thought this one's worth shouting out because especially for the AI generator guys out there, this would be a fun one to mess around with in Midjourney. For example, if you can manage to get the dinosaur to have 2 hands and 2 feet as well as Jesus, then you might actually get a nice looking design right here through AI. But even a silhouette works. If we look at the top right corner again right here, I mean, even if you can manage to make a silhouette with Jesus on the dinosaur, and there's some UFOs on there as well. That's an interesting combination, maybe something to add to these designs. So check that out. Cool, interesting niche, very fun, and yeah, not much else to say about it other than hope you have fun creating these designs. Trend number 8 is I love GMO. 21 search results, so once again very low competition. Some of these designs are just very, very simple text based, which yeah, I don't know what else you would really do in this case. There's not too much to work with. Some of these are a bit different, like I love salad, miscellaneous meat, so there's not much competition if it comes to the actual trending phrase of I love GMO. So definitely worth, I mean, creating a design like this, for example, how long does that take? 2 minutes, 1 minute, so definitely worth trying it out. Maybe it's the sort of design that will get you random sale every now and then, and definitely add up over time. Next up, another funny short phrase, we've got I lick rocks, and this is apparently related to geologists, as we can tell by this title, and a lot of these also say a gate rock collector, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but nevertheless, I thought this is interesting because the designs also look quite cool. Like, they're not all the same. We've got this one right here with a sort of rock cut in half. We've got this one with the white sort of silhouette rocks. I like that layout, so that's quite cool across the chest, sort of a narrow layout. So definitely an interesting one in terms of creating designs, and a nice funny phrase that sort of, I suppose, fits into the geology niche for geologists. So put those sort of keywords into your titles and description if you do want to target this trend. And lastly, we've got a massive niche right here compared to the other ones. 75 search results for correlation does not imply causation. And these are very, very easy, simple to create once again, which I do like shouting out because anyone can sort of take part in it. All you need is software that can lay out text. That's literally it. So Any tool will do right here. These are very, very simple, usually posted on a sticker. I quite like this color scheme, to be honest. That looks quite cool, but as we can see, very basic black and white can also work and display this very nicely. So interesting phrase, definitely pretty cool, and a very low competition trend right now on Redbubble. If you want to carry on preparing for July and enter more niches that will see a spike in sales during that month, then make sure to check out this video next, where I go over 9 different niches that will see an increase in sales.